Hey guys, this is Hell Hades, free to play. Guys, I did a video just a few days ago where I talked about the new gear set, the bolster set, which is available from the Forge Pass. I did it on my main account and I showcased my arena team blowing everybody up. Yeah, it was kind of busted. And a lot of the comments were like, yeah, but this is pay to win content. The new set is totally pay to win. No chance you could do it in a normal account. All of that normal type of stuff we see, okay? So I'm on the free to play and I've done the first few levels just doing some daily challenges of the Forge Pass. Okay, so I don't have all of the resources that my main account has got. I don't have all the extra juicy bonus stuff down here. And I'm able to forge, we're going to do it right now. I'm able to forge bare bones. Yeah, the bare bones of a set. And we're going to try and see if I can do the same type of thing, not just in arena, but across other content with this bolster set, with another shield set on an account, and see just how far we can take it. So when I'm trying to get this bolster stuff done, I'm looking for HP percent rolls. Yeah, HP percent is where it's at for bolster, because that's how we get the right type of gear, right? That's what we want, high health. Okay, let me show you what I managed to pull together with minimal artifacts, yeah, minimal resources. We got ourselves a 4-piece set of bolster on. I had to roll this 3-star piece up here, 2 4-star pieces here, looking for really combinations of speed and health, because I just want him to be as kind of tanky boy as I can whilst having some speed on him. So we've got HP percent on the gloves, and then I just wanted to kind of fill the rest with, health, speed, and some accuracy, just so he can have a chance to land his provokes. But he's got a double roll speed here in this HP percent chest, and then I've got HP percent boots again with a double roll of speed, which is actually a pretty good combo for the perception stuff there. I don't have an HP amulet yet, so we've gone for something which gave me as much accuracy and health as possible. I ended up being crit damage. It's not ideal because I don't have that much crit rate. I'm like only at 50%, so it's not an ideal piece, but is what it is. And we've got HP here with an HP roll on the ring as well. So for a level 50 Vogoth, I've got nearly 50k health. Yeah, we're going to give a third of that across the team as a straight shield, a protected shield. That's going to be the equivalent of an extra 15,000 health across your whole team. Yeah, protected. So if most of your team are at like 40k health, it's like, bam, we're giving them like another third of their health pool. Again, yeah, it's massive when you're trying to get through dungeons and stuff. He's slow, doesn't matter, because the main thing about Vogoth here is he's going to heal when he gets hit, and he's going to protect with that shield. My other shield champion I've got is my Doom Priest, who again is level 50. Yeah, so I've not got anyone that's like maxed out champions yet. She's got a 50k health pool, she's got a better speed, and she's going to be basically giving us another 15k worth of health as a shield, and it will protect because they will group together. So all of a sudden, we've got an extra 30k protected health on the whole team. Then I need to think of some damage. So for damage, I'm going to go with one of the champions that I fused, Gaius to Gleeful. I've got him as like 6-starred now, so he's kind of getting ready to be used properly. I haven't built him out like super properly, and I also have not yet decided to book him. And this might be a bit of a downfall for me, so I don't have a 100% chance to land my bombs yet. And that's pretty important. Also don't have a 100% chance to sleep. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. I would get more damage as well if I booked him. So he might be kind of next on the list for me to book, honestly. But he is going to be protected. So he will get his abilities away, I think, most of the time. And I do have him in a very slow build. So 149 speed, high attack, 4.7k. That's where his bomb damage will come from. And then enough accuracy, hopefully, to land these bombs. I don't have masteries on him yet either, so he's probably like, he's not best case in terms of this, and that's what I want to show. I don't want to show like, oh wow, look at this crazy team that you're building. I want to show, look at this simple team that you're building. I'm going to bring Seer in as well, because I don't want any buffs to be out there when Gaius plays his bombs. So my Seer, again, not really in a great build, but an okay build. Okay speed, got some crit rate, got a little bit of crit damage, and got a little bit of accuracy going on as well. She's well due a gear change, honestly. Come out of this lifesteal gear and start to get some proper stats going on. But I don't have that much silver right now, so we're just going to try and set up a team for the arena first and see how like the free-to-play version of Crazy Bolster Shield does. Okay, so I've done an AI setup. I've just said, Gaius, use your A2 first. Seer, use your A3 first. Everyone else, good to go. And really, I'm just going to run it against a whole kind of group of random teams in my tier, which is Gold 1, and see how we get on. You know, this extra, look at that, almost like half our health pool worth of shield is just there waiting to go. We can take a lot of hits before we're in trouble. We're hoping to land as many bombs as possible to get our damage away. And probably the only thing that I would do here is just maybe target people that I feel like I need to target just with like clicking. So you see here, when the bombs explode, they do a ton of damage. Like if we get 2 bombs away, it should kill anyone, even at my level. So it then comes down to, you know, do we have enough to get the job done after the bombs go off? You know, if my Gaius was 100% chance to land his bombs and stuff, then I feel like, you know, if he was fully booked, damn, I feel like this would be a nutty team, honestly. But because he's not fully booked, we do have some long fights, and we do have to kind of get through some other challenges along the way. Seer, though, is good because she's going to remove all of the kind of like buffs that are in the way. So if you had a Madame Cerise, if you had a Rian the Conjurer, if you had a Kaimar, any of these champions, they would be doing what my Seer is doing in terms of just setting up Gaius to have a free, clean path to lay his bombs. So I just want to take out first this dude. He's dead anyway with that bomb. So then we just switch our target into Valk. And okay, it's slow, but that is a team that I probably wouldn't normally face. Totally dead. Like I would not want to fight this team normally. It's way too tanky. They got the revive. They got a lot of damage. And on my free to play, I would have skipped this team 100%. Let's skip to the next fight. So I guess the cool thing with this type of strat is that it also works really well for a defense. People will not expect to walk into what they face. And it does mean that you can keep your kind of level perhaps a bit higher than you would be able to if you had a fast team. You think here, I've got nobody over I think 186 is the fastest champion I've got in this team. We're taking tons of damage. Normally we would be 100% dead by now. Like there's absolutely no way we would have lived through that. So much damage we just took. It was like incredibly high. Yeah, normally my team is dead for sure. There's no way I survived that fight without that much shieldage. And these guys have just been like, wow, how did we lose? Like they can't believe they just lost. And it does really make me want to book Gaius. I feel like booking Gaius right now because I feel like this is just the team. You know, I do have a good alternative team using Helicath Fast. And Helicath Fast enables me to basically just take no damage for a long time. And, you know, and it's almost like a second way of doing a similar type of thing. But you can see here again, Seer's kind of cleared the way for me. We've got bombs out on 2 champions. They're 100% dead. There's no way they live. And my kind of 2 level 50. Don't forget, the level 50 tanks in shield sets are just giving us time to get the job done. Again, if this was a double bomb, she's definitely dead. She's definitely dead anyway. And another one takes a rest. It's just working so damn well. And the funny thing is, right, you'll see here, I'd already had a couple of fights on this board. I had a couple of fights on the kind of easy wins, right? And it was, normally I'll do my easy wins and then I'll refresh a little bit later and find the next group. This could be interesting because we've got Trunda coming at us. Trunda does hit hard. Oh, this might actually be my first loss. It is my first loss. But only just kind of thing. Like, all right, it's not foolproof. And I want to show it actually how it is. Okay, go on to a fresh page. I mean, some of these are still going to be damn strong. I'm not going to fight every single one, but let's try this one here. Bit of a weird team, actually. I wonder what they're even thinking of doing with this team. Maybe it's just like a team that heals and heals and heals. Maybe it's a bit of a nothing team. I'm not sure. Got resisted. So high resistance, kind of like tanky style team, maybe? I don't know. It's weird. But they've got no reviver, so it's just a case of as I take hits, bombs will keep popping and eventually they will drop. And all the time, we're kind of like just living off of these shields. There's very small chance of me being under any sort of threat. Yeah, Frost goes off. It's okay. Doom Priest is in there to sort that out. And this is a definite win. It's just how long it's going to take, basically. So you can imagine, if my Gaius was fully ascended and I had an accuracy banner on him, so he's got less chance of getting those resistances away, or if I've just got a different nuker in there that's doing the job that's well geared, then, you can build someone out to be like attack percent boots or whatever, just so that they're going to get their damage away. Then you can just kind of see that really in the arena, I mean, certainly for this level, moving your way through, or with an equivalent team, you can fight your way against opponents that you should not be able to beat. So obviously, there's still going to be some opponents you can't face, like this one at the top here. I don't think there's a chance in hell. Trunders will probably still blow their way through my level 50 stuff, but if they were 60s, I think she'd struggle a lot more. So, there's a lot of upside for me in my team. But let's get into some other content and kind of show you where this can start to help you elsewhere. Let's move on to some dungeon stuff then and see if it can help me push higher than I have done in the past. I've got to stage 20. My kind of farm team, that's not it. I've just literally switched this in. It's normally looking like this as a farm team for stage 20, and it's 100% auto. It never fails. So I'm guessing on 21, I'm going to take Helicaf out because he's too much of a kind of almost like an auto win button, or he almost like negates what I'm trying to do here. But I'm going to bring in burns for damage, poisons for damage, a drop defense champion. Do I even need that? Might be better with this. Like this. So the idea here is, look, we're not going to have super fast wave clear. We just won't. But we will have a lot of control, a bit of control and a lot of kind of like defense. Yeah, so most of my damage is actually going to come through Walking Tomb doing his AoE HP burns. Doesn't need accuracy for that, so that's fine. I get some provokes away from my Vogoth to try and keep, some of my squishier champions out of the mix. But with a kind of 2 to 3 turn shield protected, it's then just about, can we survive whilst they're coming at us? And only after, 4 hits there have they actually got into the shield. And then every time we get to a next wave, it just resets and we get that same fresh, beautiful shield popping up. So, with someone like Deliana, we get the leech ability away as well. And I've got a bit of healing coming in from Doom Priest, a bit of healing coming in from my Vogoth. And yeah, the idea is it just gives you an alternative way to get through the waves. If you've got yourself a Scylla the Drakes as well, who's doing healing, has got the potential to revive if you need it, then I just feel like this kind of extra shield support just allows you to get further through stuff than you thought you could. See here, wave 1's going to be dead. Everyone's back to full health. Okay, it's not kind of fast, but it's definitely enabled me to have a go at a bit of content that I've not been able to fight at all yet, because I was just getting smashed by these waves and it took so long to clear them. And then we get to wave 2, we get these full shields back, protected shields back on. And then again, we've got kind of a nice, 30 odd K worth of protected HP before we start taking any damage. By now, if I didn't have that, my Vogoth would be dead, my Venomage would be dead as well, and I wouldn't even be on this wave. Like, it just would have been a dead run. I'm not saying it's going to all of a sudden be able to just enable you to clear everything you couldn't clear before, but it's definitely going to open up doors for people that are struggling with content and, they just need that extra bit of support to get the job done. We're recycling now to our kind of main ability, so hoping that we should be in a decent position to be able to do this. The bigger challenge, I guess, when you're trying to use this type of strat is, well, actually, when you get to the boss, 3 turns, you cycle 3 turns really quickly on the boss. And yeah, you'll run through your own shields pretty damn fast. But, for wave beating, and, this applies for Doom Tower, it applies for faction war waves. Yeah, any type of kind of wave demolishing, having these big shields is just massive. You can see here, are we going to lose someone right at the end? Hope not. It'd be a shame if we do. But the amount of extra damage that we've been able to take before... Oh, we did. We got through. So, yeah, the extra damage we took twice over, really, has enabled Venomage to get to this final boss. And she is negative affinity as well. Then we get our leech away. We've got our kind of couple of poisons. Drop defense. We're going to get our burn. There it is. So that's going to be enough damage to get ourselves through the purple bar. And then the protected shield there just helps us on the first kind of bit of damage we're going to take. Obviously, I've got Doom Priest clearing stuff off for me. And at this point, it's then down to, right, the protected shields are gone. Do you have the right mechanics and kind of setup in your team to actually be able to beat the boss? And yeah, it's not fast. As I say, this is going to be like a over 4 minute, probably close to 5 minute run. But if you're just trying to beat a mission or you're just trying to get through some content that you can't beat yet, you know, normally I say draw back some of the damage and push more support, push more defensive stats. And I guess the kind of 2 shield sets combining is a really clever way to do that. It's worth saying as well, with this kind of bolster plus shield together, it can't be manipulated in any way. So it can't be cleaned off of you. You can't extend it in any way. You know, there's just like no touching it until you've run through your 3 turns or until someone's actually hit their way through the whole shield. But yeah, we're going to do this. As I say, it's going to be about a 5 minute run. And, you know, this is a bit of content, me on the free-to-play, I've never beaten before. Literally never beaten it before. So we're going to try another dungeon straight after this and see how we go. Here we go. First time beating stage 21 with 2 level 50s in the team. You know, and that's the kind of thing to keep remembering here. This is not a maxed group of champions. This is champions that have got loads more in the tank. You know, Ice Golem is going to be one of those dungeons where the extra support is just going to help you through. I've not even beaten stage 20 yet. So maybe we go with... Take Helicaf out again because he's just a bit too OP. Bring in my Walking Tomb Drang. Let's check some of these affinities here. She can go for her. Kind of like to keep the poison in, but maybe we'd drop it. And we'd drop Seer for sure. Who am I missing? Vogoth in, and perhaps we're bringing the Fat Man. Right, we'll keep her. That extra decreased attack is just really useful in this fight. Maybe even someone like Caden is even better because Caden's going to give me AoE drop attack, which is really important against the boss. But again, you know, we've got reflect damage coming back at us. That's just going to be eaten away by shield instead of going into our life pool. And you know, we shouldn't have any trouble on waves in the same way we didn't on Dragon. It's just going to be slow and steady, get ourselves through. Slightly quicker here because we're fighting level 19 stuff. I think it's going to be no problem at all. The only thing to be aware of, I guess, is on the boss. Yeah, I mean, his big hits tend to come late. So the sets aren't going to stop you taking any damage, you know, towards the end. You still need enough support in your team to be able to kind of deal with those big swings that come from the boss. But I think we just have a kind of like another slow and steady, get ourselves through the waves, get ourselves through the content. And then on the boss, you just got to be able to deal with that damage. Wouldn't, you know, an extra half of your health worth of shield, or, you know, third of your health worth of shield, it's just so much extra damage mitigation that's coming. It's really, really effective. See here, Doom Priest dealing with those stuns, no problem. Anyway, I'll get us onto the boss and we'll see how we cope with that. So we tanked up all of the early damage through that shield. We're now into the point where, you know, side ads are going down. And, you know, at this point, usually I might have lost 1 or 2 of my members against a kind of new bit of damage, or a new kind of part of damage that I'm trying to deal with here. But actually, because we were able to tank up that early damage, you know, we're now getting to the point where, you know, we're trying to take down the ads before we get the big swings coming back. I don't have any kind of like crazy damage mechanics which are going to force the finite to hit me again. So it just comes back to, can I keep side ads dropping now and hopefully try and get decreased attack on this boss before we get the big swings come back. The only thing with that is that I kind of want an AoE decreased attack champion. Actually, my new legendary would do the job there, the Watcher. I don't have a leveled up and kind of available now. But this is where I want decrease attack to land, and it did. So now it's kind of like plain sailing. And that's going to be, again, a new bit of content for me finished in terms of higher level Ice Golem. And, you know, getting through the waves was one of the trickiest parts, which we just demolished. I guess just one other area to show you. So floor 89, I'm only on normal on the free to play. But this is as high in Doom Tower as I've been. So I'll show you the kind of like higher levels. And this, again, is where I feel like it just benefits the most. Wave-based content. And, you know, you're kind of looking to be able to withstand a whole bunch of damage before you start taking... Before people start dropping, basically. Especially if you don't have a reviver on the team or you're trying to kind of get through things quicker. The other thing you can do here, where you've got such a defensive setup, is actually build other people for way higher damage. So I could bring in someone like someone like my Gaius in that kind of, you know, full damage build and still be able to stay alive. I'm not entirely sure why my Walking Tomb Drang got thumped so hard. Was it a life steal? Yeah, it was a life swap. Okay. I was like, what the hell's happened there? Not really paying much attention, but yeah, we got a life swap on us, so we actually took a massive chunk of damage. That was actually just as a result of me doing a lot of damage to them. Anyway, we get rid of that bomb. That was good. Well done, Doom Priest. Kept me in the game. And then we kind of get back to business after that. But again, you can just see the benefits. You know, you just get an extra whole bunch of turns before you have to start worrying about your damage. Come up against one of these big boys that likes to steal your buff and freeze you. Well, he might freeze us, but he is not going to steal our buff. It's not possible. So again, like protected buffs against some enemies like this is really, really strong. You know, all the while I can't do anything. I'm just going to be frozen in place. The fact that I've got a good old fat shield to help me survive through the next wave of damage is huge. So there you go, guys. It's not just a pay-to-win mechanic. Actually, it can be really beneficial on all levels of account. And even if you're not paying for the Forge Pass, I still say get yourself, even if it's a low-level set, get yourself a set of bolster shield gear, and you will absolutely find use for it on your account. I've been Hell Hades, free to play. I'll catch you later.